If your sinuses feel like they're packed with wet cement, if you wake up breathing through your mouth like you ran a marathon in your sleep, and you've been carrying that sticky, heavy mucus for weeks, this is for you. Because there's a simple tool most people ignore: salt, the boring kitchen mineral, the $2 ingredient. And when you use it the right way, it can help your nose and lungs clear out gunk that's been clinging on like glue. But here's the catch: the wrong salt, the wrong water, or the wrong concentration can make you feel worse. It can sting, burn, and irritate already inflamed tissue. So let's make this make sense, so you're not guessing. First, you need to understand one truth that changes everything. Mucus is rarely the villain, it's the body's strategy. Think of mucus like a sticky security system. When your upper airway gets irritated, dust, pollen, a cold virus, smoke, dry air, even temperature swings, your body throws up a sticky net to trap whatever doesn't belong. It's not trying to ruin your day, it's trying to keep invaders from sliding deeper into your lungs. Deep inside your nasal passages, you have tiny microscopic hairs called cilia, like thousands of little brooms moving in waves. Their job is to sweep mucus and the junk trapped inside it out of your sinuses and down toward your throat, where you swallow it without realizing. It's basically a built-in conveyor belt for cleanup. So why do people get stuck in chronic congestion? Because the system can jam. When your nasal lining gets inflamed, whether from allergies, a virus, environmental irritants, or sometimes bacteria, tissue swells. The hallways in your nose narrow, drainage slows, the mucus gets thicker, and eventually the cilia can't move the carpet anymore because the carpet turned into tar. That's when you get the cycle: swollen membranes, sticky mucus, poor clearance, more irritation, more mucus, worse sleep, mouth breathing, dryness, snoring, and sometimes even sleep apnea symptoms. And here's the big misunderstanding that keeps people trapped: not every sinus flare is a bacterial infection. Plenty of sinus problems are driven by inflammation and impaired drainage. Sometimes it's allergies, sometimes it's a virus, sometimes it's dryness, sometimes it's irritants in your environment. Yes, bacteria can be involved in certain cases, but going straight to antibiotics just in case isn't the magic fix. Antibiotics only work against bacteria, not viruses, and they can disrupt your microbiome. One reason you don't want to use them casually. Now let's talk about salt, because salt isn't medicine in the dramatic sense. It's physics, it's chemistry, it's mechanics. A proper saline rinse can thin and loosen mucus so it moves again, rinse out irritants like pollen and dust, and sometimes reduce swelling by changing the fluid balance in the tissue. The goal isn't to shut off mucus, the goal is to help your cleanup system work again. But safety matters and the water matters. When you rinse your sinuses, you should use distilled or sterile water, or tap water that has been boiled and cooled, because unsterile water can be dangerous in rare cases. And you want the right type of salt, non-iodized, free of additives, and ideally designed for rinsing. Pre-measured saline packets are the easiest option because they're made to hit a comfortable balance. If you're mixing it yourself, start gentle. 1 cup, about 240 milliliters, of distilled sterile water, about a quarter teaspoon of non-iodized salt, and optionally a tiny pinch of baking soda to buffer it so it stings less. Warm the water to bathwater temperature. Comfortable, not hot. If it burns, the mix may be too strong, the water may be too hot, or your tissues may be extremely inflamed, in which case go gentler or start with a saline spray. Using a neti pot or squeeze bottle is simple when you visualize it. You're flushing a tiny hallway. Lean over a sink, keep your mouth open and breathe through your mouth, tilt your head slightly, place the spout gently at the upper nostril and let the solution flow without force. Then blow your nose softly and switch sides. Afterwards, you may feel a little drip later. That's normal. Clean the device after each use and let it air dry. If you don't want to do a full rinse, steam is a softer, low-tech option. A warm shower or gentle steam can loosen the glue so things drain more easily. But here's the part most people skip. If you keep clearing mucus and it keeps coming back, you have to look for the trigger. Dry air in winter heating, dust mites, pollen, pets, smoke or vaping, strong fragrances, cleaning chemicals, and especially hidden dampness or mold from leaks, basements, or dirty vents can keep your sinuses in a constant defensive mode. If your congestion gets worse at home or in one specific room, become a detective. Check humidity, fix leaks, clean vents, and pay attention to musty smells. Food can matter too, but it's individual. Some people notice dairy makes mucus feel thicker. For others, it does nothing. Treat it like an experiment. Remove it for a short period and watch what changes. Also, some people react to high histamine foods and notice flare-ups after certain meals, but don't turn eating into fear. Track patterns instead of guessing. And one more thing, vitamin D supports immune function, but more is not always better. Megadosing every day without testing can be risky. The smart move is to get a 25 OHD blood test and supplement based on results and medical guidance. Finally, be cautious about putting strong substances inside your nose. Oils and antimicrobial home remedies can irritate delicate tissue and make swelling worse. Here's the simple wrap-up. Mucus isn't the enemy, it's the cleanup crew. If it's stuck, help it move. Thin it, rinse irritants out safely, support the cilia, reduce swelling, and remove the trigger so your body doesn't have to keep producing it. And if you have high fever, severe facial pain or swelling, worsening symptoms after a week to 10 days, strong shortness of breath, chest pain, or anything that feels serious, stop experimenting and get medical help.